DataDog, the DDOG. All right, let's get into some technicals and fundamentals on this one. This is Brian Lewis with MMT Investing, and DataDog is an interesting one. So I just looked at their balance sheet, and DataDog always smashes that like button right now to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And you can check out my playlists if you look through my channel and find the related content and financial education. So Datadog has a ton of cash, and so end of last year versus this year, they had a pile of cash, and they've now spent most of their cash on marketable securities, which would be something like treasuries or something like that, which is an interesting thing to do. That suggests that they're just trying to make slightly more money than holding a bunch of cash. But their assets to liabilities is really big, and their cash and marketable securities now are much bigger than their debt that they have to pay on, and so their balance sheet looks good, and their accounts look like they're just slightly increasing, so they are improving into this crash. And let's look at how they're actually behaving on the stock charts and get to the cyclicals and look at the general S&P crash versus this. And let me make sure I have the right thing here. Let's get the SPX on here, or the SPY, that's fine. All right, so Feb 20, so you get the crash here, and they sort of peaked beforehand and came down with the crash, and they have just gone up and up and up and up while the S&P was recovering. And now they have just gone crazy up here, a huge gapping jump. And let's take a look at what the cyclicals are telling us, see if we have enough backward data to check out the long term. Not really. It looks bullish, kind of. There's not enough data. Okay, so we're bull side here on the daily candles. So this is sort of the cyclical monthly outlook, is that it is bullish. It's up in bull territory and potentially had a max divergence here, but this is still a wide divergence that's pulling up. It doesn't look like it's about to cross over now. And let's go and see what we get. So we can see that on all the charts here, it has been pushing up and up and up against the Bollinger Bands, and now it's kind of swung over into this pennant shape. And we want to see if this thing looks like it's a bull pennant or not. Usually the pennants are bullish, but we'll see if that is the case here. And what we're getting here is a crossover, which is kind of potentially a top. They're just kind of converging, though. It doesn't automatically mean it's going to flip over, but this looks like a potential flip to watch out for. And so let's keep zooming in and see what it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it's flipping. And internet? All right. And okay, it's sort of flipping and just waving here, so it doesn't look like it's getting too bearish, but it's a bearish, little bit of a bearish move inside of bull territory, and you're just getting this kind of sideways waving action. And here we've come down, and we're just still kind of moving, still moving bearish. Let's get down into the tighter stuff and see if we can get a guess at opening here. And it's just slightly bullish and starting to head neutral. It's slightly bullish and maybe coming back to neutral. And bullish but pulling down hard on the close one just going into close. And so that's not too helpful on guessing which direction this flag wants to go. And let's get back out to the dailies and see. I can't even remember if we had an indicator that made sense. So, I mean, a peak and a flip doesn't look great, but and maybe max divergence on the longer term. Yeah, that's a difficult one to call. I don't trust this as a bull pennant, and this I think could possibly correct down more, and I think we might just see more pennant activity until this thing really decides where it wants to go, and then if you get a flip inside of the bull side of this MACD here, then that would be super bullish. And if it just keeps pulling down, that's going to go towards the bear side. But there's a long way to go down here. And where am I? 3 hours. Let's go back out to the daily. Yeah, so this isn't anywhere near converging. This is still really wide. So this does look bullish. This does look bullish on the sort of month-to-month level. But that doesn't tell you what's going to happen right now. And right now, it just looks like it's kind of in bullish territory, and the bears are kind of fighting against the bull move. And so I think this probably will end up being a bull flag, a bull pennant, I mean, but I think that the bears are going to fight some more. And if the bears are fighting and it's just going sideways, when the bulls take back over, it's going to blow up to the top. So I think the most likely scenario is going to be more pennant activity. And then when we do get that flip and it happens on the bull side of the chart up here, then that would make it. I think this is most likely to be a bull pennant, but it's not one yet. It doesn't look bullish yet. It looks like the bears are still trying to pull it down. And so we'll see. For the bull outlook, you get that kind of a little bit more pennant activity before it would get bullish. And then for the bear outlook, this divergence would get wider, and this red line would pull all the way down into bear territory down here, and that would be very bearish, and that would start, going down if it was stayed down and went into the bottom side of the chart and actually got bearish. But for now, it's just bullish, and this is something to watch. And it's not clear which direction it's trying to go at the moment. It just seems like it's kind of neutralizing, and it's a bearish move against the bullish formation. And so, yeah, still probably looking like a bullish pennant, but definitely have to watch this and see if it gets more bearish or if it looks like it wants to flip. And that's the look on the DataDog, the DDOG. Let's see if there's anything else to take a look at. I guess just the overall cycle area here, where we are in, what's this, Feb 20. So we've been in a credit contraction cycle for a couple of months, and this is roughly a 1 quarter credit contraction cycle outlook, sort of from the inflation and the growth data. But it looks like it may have started early. It might be closer to 4 months. So I think we're over halfway on the credit contraction cycle, and we could see another contraction wave down on this cycle. And this stock looks like it is being affected somewhat by the cycle, but it's fighting against it and just really taking off when the cycle is going positive. So that would put downward pressure on the stock if the cycle turns over. And so that's another thing to look out for. I'm not invested in this, and this is not investment advice, but I wouldn't be too excited about this thing until we see how it's reacting, how the S&P starts moving, how this is reacting to the S&P, and then how this sort of pennant plays out on the cyclical indicators, and see if it holds up against the bear moves or not, or if it keeps getting more bearish. So this one needs maybe another week or so of a look to see where it's headed. Maybe by the end of next week, get a more clear picture of where it's going to go. And yeah, I guess I'll do. All right, so please hit the like button and check out my playlists. And this one, yeah, I don't think I'm going to make like a small tech playlist. I might do that. Um, Probably not. But you can check out my financial education playlists and scroll through there and then see what else I have in there. There's a bunch of videos. I have, I think, about 200 videos up here. If you want stock ideas, financial education, all that stuff, and happy trading.